We enter this chamber today humbled and grateful for the opportunity to represent our constituents, our districts, and the great city of Troy. Let our thoughts, words, and actions all be reflective upon your will. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen. We face the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. We welcome everybody here to the Troy City Council meeting. If the clerk will please note that all of our members are present except for Ms. Baker. We do not have any committee reports other than the executive committee did meet at 4 o'clock upstairs to go over and review our agenda items. At that meeting, everybody was present except for Ms. Baker as well. Council, you have the minutes of the previous meeting before you. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes? If not, a motion to approve is in order.
So moved.
By Mr. Meeks, seconded by
Second.
Mr. Jones. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the minutes are approved. Thank you. The first item of business on our agenda this evening is a retail beer and retail table wine application for Little Oak Country Store. Mr. Meeks, if you'll handle this for us.
Yes, sir. As Mr. Fairmore stated, that we have a Class 50 retail beer off-premise only license and a Class 70 retail table wine off-premise license for the Little Oak Store on Henderson Highway. Do we have a representative? Would you come forward, please? You, Miss Ellis?
Yes, I am.
If you will, state your name and tell us about the store and what you plan on doing, please, ma'am.
Well, my name is Francine Ellis, and I'm trying to open, well, I have already opened up a Little Oak store, and I would like to sell beer and wine at our hours of operation, and all of it would be consumed off premises. We've already redone the kitchen, and it had a few things that it had to, be upgraded in it since it's been closed for so long. And we started selling breakfast, lunch, and dinner with the Crazy Bread Company, and then we do like burgers, may have chili, just something like a special. Every day we offer a special of some type, but it would be greatly appreciated if I could get those licenses, because there's a lot of people that really enjoy the store being open. It's a quick little convenience store. We don't have gas yet, but hopefully soon it'll be coming up. We can get some gas to start selling gas.
Ms. Ellis, like I do this to everyone. You are aware that the city frowns on selling alcohol and minors.
Right.
And you will be periodically checked.
Okay.
Just to see.
No
and
problem.
we hope you would abide by the law. And we
Will
know
do.
you will.
Will do.
Mr. Fairmore, I make a motion that we approve this license.
All right, Council, you have before you a motion to approve the retail beer and retail table wine application for Little Oak Country Store. Is there a second?
Second.
By Ms. Moultrie. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the application is approved. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I go to the rest? Let's stay for the rest.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, and good luck with the store.
Thank you.
All right, the next item of business is Resolution 2020-17, Contract for Services with Emergency Management Agency. This is a carryover from our previous meeting, and we've gotten word that he's not able to be here again this evening, so we will carry it forward one more time to the first meeting scheduled in December, if that's okay with the council. All right, the next item is Resolution 2020-24, Bid Award for Downtown Sidewalk Renovations. Ms. Sanders and Daniel, if y'all will come forward. Daniel, you really can do all the talking.
Tonight's request is the recommendation award we've made. The bids were received on October 29th, and tonight we're asking for your approval of notice of award to Geisler Contracting on the Phase 2 downtown sidewalk renovations. This project is on a portion of Church Street, Elm Street, and South Three Notch in the downtown area. The bid award is $469,667.10. A portion of the project is funded through ALDOT's Transportation Alternative Program.
And what was that match?
It's an 80-20 program. The state has committed up to $400,000.
And the city is gonna have to do the rest?
20% of the committed funds.
Yeah, the remaining. Any other, go ahead, I'm sorry.
20% of the $469,667.10 comes up to $100,573.42. That's 20% of the reimbursable items plus 8,300, which are non-reimbursable items.
All right, thank you. Any other questions or comments from the council regarding this grant or this bid award? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
By Ms. Moultrie, seconded by
Second.
Mr. Jones. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is agreed to. And Mayor, I apologize once again. I'm sure this comes with your approval.
It does, and the matching money is in the budget.
Thank you, sir. All right. The next item on our agenda is Resolution 2020-28, a bid award for airport lighting rehabilitation. Ms. Sanders.
We advertised and opened sealed bids earlier in the year for the city's 2019 Airport Improvements Project grant application, which is the runway 725 and taxiway lighting rehabilitation. We have since been awarded the AIP grant and are now requesting awarding of the bid. We received bids from TCA Electrical Contractors Incorporated and Precision Approach LLC, with TCA coming in with the lowest bid. Based on the airport engineer's recommendation, we are humbly asking that the council award the base bid to TCA Electrical Contractors Incorporated in the amount of $541,820. The city's match for that amount is $27,091.
Questions or comments for Ms. Sanders regarding this resolution? And Mayor, I'm sure this comes with your
Yes, sir.
approval. All right. If there are no other questions or comments from the council, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
By Mr. Meeks, seconded by Ms. Moultrie. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is agreed to. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is Resolution 2020-29, acceptance of ADECA Energy Efficient Improvement Grant. Mr. Chandler.
Yes, sir. We applied for an energy efficient grant from ADECA. This will fund some energy efficiency improvements at our wastewater treatment plant. We're going to be purchasing a small turbine type generator to put in the water flow from the plant that will actually make the generator work. It will generate a small amount of electricity that will power some instruments and some lighting and some other things there. The grant covers the cost of that equipment. Our match will be covered by our employees' time that we'll get credit for as far as the installation and maintenance and all of that. For the match of this grant, it was a 20% match, and what we're going to put into to install it and maintain it will cover all of that.
All right. Mayor, does this come with your approval as well?
Yes, sir.
All right. Any questions or comments from the council regarding this particular resolution?
So moved.
Hearing none, is there a motion to approve by Ms. Moultrie, seconded by Mr. Jones? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is agreed to. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Next item is Resolution 2020-30, Rebuild Alabama Act. This is part of their new annual program. Mayor, do you want to give us a
Yes,
quick
this
recap
is
of this?
this is a grant for $250,000. We've done some engineering already on the Oak Park Drive, which is now John Witherington. The extension part of John Witherington Drive that comes out at 167 at the traffic light. As you all know, if you've driven on that part of the road, the base has begun to be a problem, and it qualifies for this new money, which is part of the Rebuild Alabama Act with the new gas tax. And so I would, this is just an application for the grant, and then we would award the funds at a later time if we get the grant.
Okay. Questions or comments for the mayor regarding this particular grant program and grant application? Mayor, I know this comes with your approval.
Yes, sir.
All right. If there are no questions or comments, is there a motion to approve? By Mr. Jones, seconded by
Second.
Mr. Meeks. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is agreed to. Thank you, council. The next item is Resolution 2020-31, Engineering Services Agreement, CDG Engineers. And I think this is for our IA Road at Connector Ridge. Is that correct,
That's
Mayor?
correct.
If you want to...
Yeah, this is just the finalization of the IA Road for Connector Ridge Distillery. I think it's, what is it, about $1 million annual that we're getting from the state to put that road in. It'll come off of Trojan Way into the and into the big house or the main facility where delivery trucks and then visitors and can use that road as well as employees.
Any questions or comments for the mayor on this particular grant? If not, and I know this comes with your approval, Mayor,
Absolutely, yes, sir.
is there a motion to approve the engineering services agreement?
So moved.
By Mr. Meeks, seconded by Mr. Jones. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is approved. Thank you, council. The next item on the agenda is Resolution 2020-32, Contract for Services, Troy Pike Cultural Arts Center. Is there anyone here with the Troy Pike Cultural Arts Center? Seeing none, we will carry that over to our next meeting. Next item is Resolution 2020-33, Contract for Services, the Troy Arts Council. Is there anybody here with the Troy Arts Council? Seeing none, we will also carry that over to our next meeting. I will say this, it is critical to come to the meeting to discuss what's going on with these programs in order to get the contract for services. So with that, those two items are carried over. That concludes our regular business items on the agenda. We do have several appointments to make this evening, and this will come as a recommendation from the executive committee. I'll ask this question, Ms. Clerk. Do you want us to do them all at one time, one recommendation, or do we need to do each particular board separately? Or does it matter? All right, we'll do this as one blanket recommendation from the executive committee. Reappointment to another term to the Board of Adjustments will be Mr. Jack Norton and Mr. Greg Anderson. They will both to be reappointed for another 3-year term. On the Industrial Development Board, reappointment of Jack Norton, Kenneth Cox Jr., Russell Lyles, John Little, and John Parker. Each of them to be reappointed for another 6-year term. And on the Troy Public Education Building Authority, Sharon Daniels to be reappointed to another 6-year term. Questions or comments from the council regarding the appointments and the recommendation from the executive committee? If not, is there a motion to approve the recommendation from the executive committee on the appointments?
So moved.
By Mr. Meeks, seconded by Ms. Moultrie. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the appointments are approved. That concludes our business, Mayor, and we welcome your report and any appointments you may have.
Yes, I do have an appointment, Madam Clerk. Shannon, I need to spread across the minutes the fact that I am reappointing Miss Jerry Smith to the Troy Housing Authority for a term that will expire November the 29th, 2024. Ms. Smith is the resident director for the Housing Authority Board and has done a wonderful job through the years, and I appreciate her willingness to serve again. And that needs to be spread across the minutes. Happy Thanksgiving. A lot going on. I appreciate what the council did tonight. You approved in excess, I think, of $3 million in grants. When you take into effect that we're about to go out for bids on the Kimber IA Road as well. So that's $3 million that the citizens of the city of Troy will get the benefit of that are coming from a source other than the local government, and certainly appreciate that. Our thoughts and prayers certainly go out to the folks in Lowndes County and Big John's family. You know, there are 67 sheriffs in Alabama, and sheriff is chief law enforcement in the county, law enforcement officer in every county, and is a lot of people don't realize that, you know, the only person that can arrest a sheriff is the governor. And you know, you know, it's sad any time a law enforcement officer loses their life in the line of duty, but when it's someone that's the chief law enforcement in the county, officer in the county that they live in, it's just a terrible situation. And so, he's got a lot of friends in Pike County. Thomas and his officers. We are certainly praying for him, and we'll lower the flag at half staff, as will the rest of the state, on the day of his internment. And just really a sad day. Mr. Jones, glad you're back with us. Good to see you, sir. And excited about all the things going on. We had a great open house for Christmas downtown, and I think next Monday after Thanksgiving we'll have our annual Christmas parade. So excited about that. It does look like preliminarily that we will be having a groundbreaking for the Hutton retail development on December the 18th. I'll check with Miss Baker when she's on a family vacation for Thanksgiving. But when she returns, I'll get with her, and I think, but I got word back from them that the 18th would work. So I'll work with Melissa and Sheila and Economic Development, and we'll get that planned for the 18th. Several other things that we're working on. It'll be a busy end of the year. But again, appreciate very much all that y'all do. And that's all I have, unless there are specific questions.
Any questions from the council to the mayor at this time? If not, Mr. Jones, we welcome you back and welcome your comments.
And indeed, it is a pleasure and a great time. So grateful to be back. Thank God for allowing me the help and strength to give back. First, I would like to say thank you to everyone for all active kindness, and calls, cards, emails, texts. Even if I didn't answer your call, I got it. You know, you hate to get into calling names like that. Mayor, I appreciate what you've done. Have a minute. and I'm grateful for that. We our thoughts and prayers go out to the Scott family. I think he will be funeralized Saturday. And everybody that death or tragedy in the family, we just hope God will bless them, strengthen them, and hope keep them close in his arms. And after that, I'll say Happy Thanksgiving.
Mr. Meeks?
Yes, I'd like to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving also, and I'd also like to give our utility department a pat on the back. I met a group from Vicksburg, Mississippi this past week, and they made a comment that they came here to the city of Troy and received a presentation from our utility department and Danny Lee on our new software program. And it's nice that our city is in the leading front and showing other municipalities on what we have. And that was outstanding to hear. We do appreciate that.
All right, Ms. Moultrie?
I too want to say kudos to what the mayor and Robert has said about the people who have experienced death in the family, and to those that are sick, especially Miss Jessie Mahan, and I know others are, but kind of close to her. And so I want her to know that we're sending prayers out that God deliver her, if that be his will, healing her body. And I also want to remind people in this city or wherever it may be that there are several job opportunities that are open with the city of Troy. And you just need to go on the website, www.troyal.gov, and apply if you think you're eligible. Because what I do here in this city is that we don't have enough jobs. And when we have them, people need to take advantage of it. If you don't do nothing, even if you don't get the job, at least apply, because you never know what may happen. And so there's several jobs that are open external. They're open external and internal. So it gives you an opportunity to apply for these jobs. And I also want to thank I want to call it Public Works, that's what I'm going to call it, twin job. I want to thank them for, just the whole city. Now I'm in another hat from OCAP, and I just want to thank you all for all y'all done to help us. And thank you, Mayor, for allowing them to help us, because all the damage we had, and I know they can't pick up on private property, but I know it's a tribute to the storm, so I don't want anybody to think that they were doing us anything other than what they would do for anybody else when it comes down to storm damage. But I want to thank you for allowing that to happen. And we appreciate everything you all have done to help us.
Well, and while you got your other hat on, I'd like to thank you for helping Miss Hooten and her family the other night. We had a fire on Orion Street. The fire department responded, did a great job. Miss Moultrie, it was late on Friday, they couldn't get up with the Red Cross, and OCAP helped out with that situation. And we had did a good job. The fire department did a wonderful job. They have the new fire truck that the council purchased is here and working well. And Mr. Daniel's new garbage trucks are here, and you'll be seeing them as they. But again, and Greg, you mentioned being on the cutting edge. We couldn't do all the things we do if it weren't for the council and the citizens giving us the things that we need to do to get those things done. And and the police department worked very hard, and with the help of the U.S. Marshals, I believe that the person of interest in Bishop Scott's death was apprehended today. We just it's a busy time for all of our employees, and we've got a world-class group of folks, and that's thanks in large part to all of you. So appreciate that very much.
And happy Thanksgiving. I didn't get that.
I was going to say, I knew. I'm coming back to you now. Well, you've heard from the mayor and you've heard from our colleagues. We are a blessed community. We have great people who live in this community. We have great people who work for this community, our employees. And we can never say thank you enough. some of my colleagues have been to some meetings over the past week or so, and you come back and you hear the things that they talk about that's going on in their communities and the business and what they have to do and the struggles that they have, and it makes you even more thankful, especially this week, thankful for our community and our people, and I'm forever grateful for that. The mayor did mention the Christmas parade. I hope everybody will come out Monday and enjoy that festivity. I will say this, during the holidays, it always interrupts garbage and trash pickup, but as always, the city will observe Thanksgiving on Thursday and Friday, November the 28th and 29th. I think the offices will be closed, but our essential personnel will be out there working. Thursday's route will be picked up on Wednesday, November the 27th, which is tomorrow, and Friday's route will be picked up on Monday, December the 2nd. So please be mindful of those particular time changes, and Vaughn, we appreciate both of those days. Your guys are going to be pulling extra duty and double duty, so we appreciate what they do. So be mindful and be careful as you move about over this holiday week. And one other thing, the Troy University Sounds of the Season will be December the 3rd at 7 o'clock p.m. at the Crosby Theater, which includes all of our College of Communications and Fine Arts, and it is free and open to the public. So please take advantage of that wonderful time, and I do want to wish everyone a very happy Thanksgiving, and as we move into the entire holiday season. Mayor?
I did want to mention also, Dan, I think we had 5 teams that finished runner-up in the soccer state tournament Sunday. So that's just another thing that, I think they got recognition in the paper today. But Dan and I were texting Sunday, and he was keeping me up with it. And but they a lot of great young athletes in the community, and they did very, very well. So appreciate y'all's support for them.
No problem. Thank you, Dan, and your staff for all that y'all do as well. And with that, a motion to adjourn is always in order. Thank you. We are dismissed. Yeah.